Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are positive in every category here, remarkably. I didn't actually expect to be in that position right now. It's certainly interesting, but the CAR Yukon can come on over here and can build a habitat right over here. So we want to get a habitat central complex, and we want to build that where exactly? I'm thinking out over here. Perfect. So that'll look good. Checking in on astral actions, these look okay for the moment. And the real question is, why are we positive here? Is that going to remain the case? It might not. Keep in mind, we still have our incompatible code here for another 5 years. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. For now, though, we need to be building up our influence as much as possible. And that commercial pact, oh right, we signed the commercial pact. That's what it was. I forgot about that. That commercial pact is costing us a little bit of influence. So that is sad. But we don't need another one, so that looks good. We finished up our gateway site here, and we definitely want to get that upgrading right now. So we're going to get going on that, and this construction ship is now not doing anything. I'm going to take it up to Fainov, and we're just going to leave it there because we need to get enough influence to build another habitat. So that'll be fine. We are just building our way through all of these habitats, and this is going to cost us a fair amount of alloys, but keep in mind, our alloy production is reduced by 20% right now due to incompatible code as well. So this is still pretty decent, really. Although we're going to be angling to bring that up a little. No doubt about that. So let's check through our jobs here. We've allegedly got 9 job issues. This tech world could use an advanced research complex. In fact, there's 2 available workers here. This refinery station. Is this really a refinery station, though? Because we could put in a fair amount of other things. I think it's okay to be a refinery station, in which case exotic gases would be the way to go, but a habitat central control needs to happen as well. And over here in Robotics, we are still working on this. What do we have for... Okay, looks like they've all been assimilated. Noted. So that's fine. We do have 3 unemployment here, so a mineral purification hub and a generator district should solve all of that existing unemployment. There should be no real issues there. The Carpetanian is not doing anything, which is not at all surprising. And I'd love to do something with our capped astral threads, but there's not really anything to do with it as of right now. So that seems reasonably fine. I do want to get one of these stations at least moved over to being a foundry station. This one already allegedly is, but it's not. This is actually a mining station, and we should move that over to here. Yeah, 10% resource gather? Absolutely, that should be moved over. We should actually check through all of these. This is fine to be a generator station. This is kind of a mining station. This is mostly a fortress station, fair enough. Generator station here, but it's also kind of a mining station, and we do have an industrial district here. So we should consider putting in an alloy foundry as well as putting in a civilian industry here to boost the output of that. And that'll be fine. Going through the rest of these, this is currently a generator station, a trade station here. Why do we have a research complex here? Why indeed? I'm going to replace that with an alloy foundry, and then we'll also put in a civilian industry here. Okay, that'll be fine. That's not a good thing for that station. So that is absolutely understood. Now, we're a little short on minerals here. I'm going to buy in a few, but we're going to need to sell some zero first, so we're just trading that. There we go. And I do want to consider boosting our heritage site, I think. Yes. That will boost unity from jobs here. So that'll be fine. So that's okay. We can just let this tick forward for the time being. This research station. This isn't really a research station as of right now. What we need here, of course, is a robot assembly plant, and that will be fine. Anything, well, actually, we should go through all of these more recent ones and make sure that they all have robot assembly plants, because they should. They 100% should. They probably do, to be honest. All of these have. This one doesn't. We should certainly put in a robot assembly plant here. Okay, otherwise, that looks fine. We finished up applied superconductivity. That's going to be a big benefit for us here. And we end up getting some energy weapon fire rate. That'll be in... Actually, no, we're going for building cost right now. This is fine. I don't mind this. We are on auto research for physics. That's okay. So tracking implants are 8 months away, and identity initialization is 6 months away. Sounds good. We've got a bunch of construction on our worlds ongoing, and we're just waiting on getting 160 influence for the Mekong here. The question is, do we want to get rid of any of our commercial pacts? And I suspect the answer to that might actually be yes at this point. So we want to go into our contacts here, sort by status, and commercial pacts are this one. Can we see how valuable each one of these commercial pacts are, though? I don't see how much that's actually making us. We can see in here, it doesn't come in here. It's not broken down. Okay. So how exactly do we see what we're making from each commercial pact? Like, after we've accepted it. Is there a way to do that? Interesting. Well, these guys are a Federation member. I am going to break this commercial pact. So let's get rid of this one. Hang on. Wait a sec. Okay, it says here. 149.89. Excellent. So then we can come in here and talk to these guys. 64? Oh, this gives them things. It doesn't give us anything. Get out of here. Okay, so that looks good. And then we've got these guys. What are we making from this? 198? We can afford to get rid of this, but this is more valuable for us than it is for them. So we'll probably keep that around. That's a net gain for us. And then we can look at this one. Also more valuable for us than it is for them. So that seems okay for now. We got rid of one that did nothing at all for us. So that will save us a decent amount of influence. We're now gaining 7 influence per month. That sounds good. We can grab our final tradition at this point. So resettlement cost is done, and that gives us our final ascension perk as well. Which do we want to take? Minor artifact ship cost and Archaeotech weapon damage plus 33%. That's potentially interesting. I want to go into our ship designer real quick here. We are using ancient defensive web slingers, so this would boost up by 33%. So it'd be like closer to 15 in terms of its damage. Compare that to the Guardian Point defense. It's a significant upgrade. But what we'd really get out of it is we would get the ability to use, potentially, ancient macro batteries, I think, are not really artillery. Yeah, so we would end up getting not a huge amount of benefit out of that. We would get the point defense, and then our Titan would use the Ancient Ruination Glare. So that is all we would get. This would get boosted up by 33%. That's a hefty amount of damage. No doubt about that. And reducing the cost of that by 10% would be pretty significant as well when we get into a war. Because replacing that will be fairly expensive. Our minor artifacts are building up right now. What is our cap on that? 3,000? Okay, we should probably, like, celebrate diversity right now and sell to private collectors and reverse engineer an arcane technology. Okay, we got an option of synchronized firing patterns. Sounds good. So I think that we're probably not going to go for Archaeo engineers. Unless we have absolutely nothing else that we're interested in. I don't think we'll go to pursue the Colossus. Starbase and claim influence cost would be nice, but we're not pursuing that right now. Galactic Contender I don't think is necessary. Mastery of Nature is very interesting. That gives us the Mastery of Nature decision, which will boost up our number of districts and max resource districts from planetary features. So that seems pretty decent. 2 new districts on every the question is, does that work on habitats? I don't know if it does or not. That is something that we should probably try to figure out. Galactic Wonders, I'm not sure that we're going to go after. Matter decompressors and Dyson spheres are very good. We are doing a lot of building. This might be a good route for us to go. It would allow us to build ring worlds, and we're currently building habitats, which are kind of diametrically opposed. They're kind of the exact opposite of ring worlds. Matter decompressors and Dyson spheres are very good. I don't think we need them, is the thing. We do have 6 detoxable worlds within our borders. Detox is a pretty good one. I'm leaning towards either Detox or Archeo Engineers, or potentially Mastery of Nature. I do want to know if this applies to stations. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a save right here, and we're just going to test it really fast. So we're going to make a save here, and we'll make the decision based on whether this ends up actually doing what I hope it does. So we come into one of our stations here, and then we go into our decision, and it is not here. Okay, so if we go into a planet, we can see that we have Mastery of Nature here. Now, that costs a lot of influence, but the fact that it does not apply to stations, to orbital habitats, indicates to me that that is not the way that we want to go. So with that knowledge in mind, we're not going to pursue that route. So that sounds good. I kind of suspected that it would be planets only there, but I wanted to make absolutely sure of that. So that's good to know. And once this loads back in, then we're going to probably pursue Detox, I think. 6 new worlds is pretty solid. It's definitely pretty solid. So Detox is a decent one, no doubt about it. Galactic Wonders, I don't know. I feel like ring worlds are kind of superfluous with this current iteration of orbital habitats, because they end up destroying everything in the system. Matter decompressors and Dyson spheres are also a little bit superfluous now that we have Dyson swarms and arc furnaces. I feel like Galactic Wonders is a little dated, to be honest. It's kind of fallen behind other routes, in my opinion. So let's grab Detox, and that means, of course, that we want to immediately start terraformation. So we're going to need some energy credits. I'm going to sell off 500 dark matter and a bunch of zero. I know we're at minimum price here, but I want to have a good amount of energy credits. We're going to go to about 40k, and then we're going to go into our expansion planner, which one of these is the expansion planner? I don't use it very often. Here we go. Here's our 6 toxic worlds here. So we're going to grab over here. There's a button to terraform them here, isn't there? We did pick the Detox. Okay, whatever. There's currently an arc furnace over this world. That's fine. So we've got all of these worlds here. Terraforming candidate. Yeah, there's supposed to be a button to terraform them here, I feel like. But whatever, we can see them here, so we can just do it this way. So we can terraform it into any type of world we want. A continental world is probably fine. Are these all the same cost? Yeah, all the same cost, but not all the same duration. So actually an ocean world or a tropical world, these would be a little bit better. We'll go for an ocean world, and that's 1. So there are 6 of these. Apparently we can't do it via the expansion planner, which is slightly wild, but we're just going to make this be an ocean world. This is going to be an ocean world, and we're going to need a little bit more energy credits than what we have. So that's fine. We'll put in another ocean world over here, and we need like 20,000 more energy credits, something like that. I'm going to sell a bunch of zero here. This is not efficient pricing, but we have enough now. So where are those additional 2 toxic terraforming candidates? I'm probably blind. Here's one up in Rimok. We'll terraform that over to an ocean world. And there should be, I believe, 1 more. So let's check in over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So yes, there should be 1 more, and it's right here. So we're just going to get that terraformed on over as well. Excellent. So we're currently creating that Titan. That is, of course, going to go into our fleet, our existing fleet. We're not going to make a new fleet for that. So that looks good. Now, I just saw a job pop in on Robotics, I think, or something updated here. But this is correct. We're going to get two jobs out of this, so that seems okay. Our stability is not the highest on Robotics, but that is reasonably okay. This Forge world here, we could definitely use a job on, and I'm going to deal with the amenities here. So we're going to put in a Holo Theater. Cool. What else do we need? Well, this mining station needs a little bit of work, and to be honest, we would just upgrade a stronghold, I think. So we would need to get a little bit of minerals. That'll be fine, and we'll get a fortress upgrade here. We could definitely put in an industrial district, and that would be an interesting thing to do. But I think for now, we're not going to do that. That's a path we can pursue in the far future when we have a lot more pops there. Excellent. So we are currently at a 69 influence. I was going to say 62, and then the month tick happened, and I was sad, because, of course, I'm now contractually obligated to call that a nice amount of influence, which is very sad indeed. We're going to get a pair of anchorages. We could get a nebula refinery here, and we absolutely should do that. That is 100% what we should do. Up over here, can we get a nebula refinery here as well? That would be great. Yeah, cool. So we get an exotic gas, and we get 10 minerals out of that. That's wonderful. We could certainly use more exotic gases. We are, of course, full on astral threads. Not much we can do about this at this time. I suppose we could dimensional lock something for no reason, just to spend it, but there's really not a reason to do that. So Mars Generator requires a job. This world is getting very close to full. We should get a mining district put in here. We've got a nourishment complex on here, right, because we were doing the bioreactor thing. Indeed. Well, we have lots of food right now. We can actually sell off a good amount of that food. And yeah, the price is absolutely tanked, but we'll do that. That is absolutely okay. We've got lots of food coming in. This tech world requires an upgrade. We'll get an advanced research complex there. It also is lacking in amenities. That will be dealt with city districts, but maybe we should do that now. Approximate job production is 3 amenities, so this is not going to solve the amenity issue, but it will offset it. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be okay for now. We'll deal with that a little bit. So Azalash currently has 3 people that need jobs. Yep, we're working on it. Concluded. Independence guaranteed, migration treaty. We did just finish up identity initialization. So that is excellent. We can go for, say, identity fusion next. That'll be fine. 23 months away on that, and our last research, identity initialization here, that's a policy. Okay. We're probably fine with turning that on, to be honest. So we would need to go into our policies, which, right, that's not in society management anymore. That is now in government. And where would this be? Virtual focus policy. So we're on virtual research focus right now. I mean, that's a lot of research, and we're probably okay with staying there, to be honest. But this isn't what we're looking for. We're looking for synthetic identities. So we can do identity initialization. We're on identity copies right now, which is just giving minus 5% happiness. Identity initialization is going to give us 5% happiness and 5% resources from jobs. But it does mean that our assembly cost is going to go up by 20%. That's okay. We're already running into slowing down population growth, just due to the way Stellaris late game works. So I think that at this point, this is okay. I think we will happily take that 5% happiness and resources. That will help offset our existing malice from the bad code that we got. So that'll be wonderful. There was a mercenary enclave destroyed. Okay.
Receiving transmission.
I mean, we don't really care too much. An embassy. Yes, we agree to embassies. That sounds good. So we have a trait selection available for this Cyclops guy here. And what does he want? Well, he is currently the commander of the 3rd Fleet. Ship weapons range is pretty good, to be honest. Tracking and accuracy, that's going to be pretty effective. I like it. What else do we have? Well, not a lot in terms of jobs, but Radnit Science does need an advanced research complex or a city district. We're negative on amenities there, and that seems good. All of these science worlds are likely to be a little bit negative on amenities, and that seems fine. That 80% research boost is insane, by the way. I want to point that out. The fact that we've had an 80% research boost this entire game is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Our technology is very good. Let's actually come look at this Fallen Empire over here. They're still overwhelming to us technologically, but they're pathetic on every other level. Okay, sure. I also note that they never actually did anything when we stood up to them. And we were like, no, you need to stop insulting us. And they're like, fine. And we never heard from them again. Sometimes you just gotta stand up for yourself. That's the takeaway here. Space Storm Bad has arrived. Okay, it's a bad space storm, and I mean that very literally. Perfect. The only non-repeatable tech here that is available is Xenomorph Army. So we're going to grab Xenomorph Army, and that is going to be done in 22 months. We are just about done with all non-repeatable techs, so that looks good. Psionic powers, what a crock. Any other jobs available as of right now? The answer is probably no on that front. Yeah, indeed it is. And we're at 118 influence right now. Our Strubian Gateway has finished up. Excellent. So we can now get down here nice and easily. Perfect. The Sahara is not actually doing anything. We were in Procyon. Looks like we built up the habitat here. So we can move into, say, Rothier. I'm just looking to have like one structure or one settlement in each system, but we can definitely go for things like orbital rings around each of our planets, and also in each of our planets we can build a habitat as well in each system that has a planet. We don't have to skip them, and we will probably go back through that after orbital rings. That's a long ways out in terms of influence. That's a very long ways out. So that seems fine. Why are we on normal speed? We should be on fast. There we go. I moved it up to fast earlier. I'm not sure when it got changed. I don't know how long we've been on normal speed. We're not supposed to be. Okay, well that's exciting. We're going to scroll on through here and check for any additional jobs. This is going to slow down because we took that 20% malice. So if we check in here, we can see that this is now costing 507 to assemble. And that's increased by 20% due to that policy. However, our happiness is up across the board by 5%, and we're getting 5% additional output. So that's wonderful. We're back up over 1K alloy production per month. That looks very, very good. How are we doing on our megastructure construction? It's coming along pretty nicely, actually. The art installation is going to be done in 1450 days and 260 days for the interstellar assembly. That all sounds great. So we are, of course, going to be building, like, out over here or so. It doesn't really matter where. Yeah, we do require a habitat central control. Can we not build a habitat central control over a moon? Interesting. Well, it doesn't matter. We've got plenty of other bodies that we can. Also, I like the cloud clipping on this gas giant over here. Very nice looking. I'm being sarcastic. It doesn't look nice. We're going to move up over here. We get a major orbital on the next month tick, and that will be... Or no, we get a habitat central control on the next month tick, and that'll be wonderful.
Research
get going
concluded.
on that. So, of course, we do have another construction ship just chilling here in Rothier, where there is an unexplored astral rift, apparently. Okay. I don't know how much we care, to be honest, and our gateway in Karmaneki is now finished. That is very good. We can get down here and defend here now. So, we just finished up another technology, right? Why are we in here? Gravitational analysis finished. Yeah. So flash coolant is next. We don't really care that we finished the technology. We're on auto research in the physics category. We don't have any non-repeatables at this point, so it's absolutely fine. We're up to 1667 naval cap. Our energy credits are plus 747 right now. That's looking really solid, to the point where we might want to think about getting another fleet.
Council agenda ready.
We have a council agenda, and yeah, we can launch that. That's fine. What else are we interested in? terraforming speed. Will that boost what we already have going, or would we need to restart the terraforming here in order to get that? It's probably too late to do that, but this is currently going to be 3105 days. Let's just test this. It does affect it. Perfect. 23 days. That's what we like to see. Wonderful. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to find our 2 Titan fleet, and we're going to transfer out one of those Titans. Wonderful. And so now we've got this 5th fleet here, which we don't necessarily want it to be called the 5th fleet. We're going to bring in Pablo Torres here, and we're going to call this I believe this is the 9th fleet at this point. Yes, this would be the 9th fleet. So that'll be fine, and we want to bring in, of course, all of our other ship types. We're not using frigates, but everything else. Beautiful. And now we'll hit this sweet, sweet reinforced fleet button. Excellent. That's going to cause some issues, economically, probably. We'll see what that ends up looking like. We have a big surplus right now, and that looks solid. So we need traits for good old Pablo here. We'll go for Adaptionist 2, and then, like, Unyielding. And he's going to be an Admiral. Okay. So that looks good. Now, I do want to make sure that we are reducing our upkeep. So we're going to enter orbit here. There we go. And when we leave this station, our upkeep is going to skyrocket, right? No doubt about that. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue our progress here. We are making remarkable progress, considering we're building tall here. I'm very much enjoying building tall in Stellaris right now. It's much improved, shall we say. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy Magar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.